Hey, what's crack-a-lackin'? So, I'm sorry, I was messing with my phone earlier and I had a fun filter. So, if you got this already once, it was my fun filter. Oh, sorry, that's my alarm. That means it's bedtime. Anyway, so real quick, thank you so much as always for checking in with Auntie Cuckoo. I've got another murder story for you. This one, I don't know, the only thing I can think to name it is a literally teenage temper tantrum. Because there's no motive behind it. We're talking about a 14-year-old little girl. Murders her mother. 43 times she stabs her. You want to hear the deets? Buckle up, buttercup, because I got it for you. Before we get started, though, please don't forget to like, share, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Storytime Auntie Cuckoo. K-O-O-K-O-O. You ready? Let's do it. So, the story takes place in Max Meadows, Virginia. It's like 2004. Key players as usual. Sorry about that. Key players as usual. Actually, before I get into that, I forgot one other part. If you read my actual message, then you'll see that I have a special message for a special someone at the end. I'll know who watches till the end by knowing the message. But I appreciate you, boo, and I will give that message to you at the end. So, back to the deets. So our key player is going to be Nakisha. Dang, I was so on it. Nakisha Waddell. She's 14 years old. Like I said, she lives in Max Meadows, Virginia, with her mother, who is Vaughn Thomas. She's like in her early 40s. She's a single mom doing the best she can to raise her teenage daughter. Now, her biological father is in and out of the picture. You know, she has some contact with him, but no stability, no consistency. So, you know, living with her mother and becoming a teenager, like I said, she's 14 years old, you know, and arguing with her mom and not getting along and whatnot. She begins to, you know, fantasize of like how great it'd be to live with her dad and like how much better he would be. Like every other regular, normal, you know, teenage girl who's struggling with her mom. Aside from that, as she becomes a teenager, she becomes like super tall to the point that like she's getting bullied in high school. People are calling her, you know, a Sasquatch, you know, they're calling her a beach whale and whatnot. Like she's almost 6 foot. Now, I'm going to tell you real quick a little secret about me. Most of you guys know me, so it's not a secret. But anyways, I mean, I'm 5'9". I've been 5'9" since like the 6th grade. And I blame my current posture issues on the fact that I was 5'9" in the 6th grade and the boys were like 4 feet tall. And I was all hunched over, trying not to look as big as I was. And then it was like picture day, and my mom's like, I need you to wear this outfit for your school picture and throw on some heels. And I was like, heels? Ah, the boys are like this, and I'm like this. So I get it, you know. I could only imagine being 6 feet tall. I was 5'9". And I'm being honest. I know I'm always goofy, but I'm being honest most of the time that, like, literally, I think I have posture issues from it. So I totally get it, Nakisha. I get it. But anyway, so they started, like, bullying her and calling her, like, nasty names, all sorts of chaos. So, obviously, she's not making friends. She ends up flocking to the group of people that will accept her, which is just anyone. And these say bad seeds, people that aren't on the best track, people that come from problem, you know, issues, abuse, the whole 9 yards. You guys know where I'm going with this, right? Anyways, so she starts hanging out and she gets a best friend. Her best friend's name is Annie Belcher, Anastasia, I believe is her name, Anastasia. Anastasia, whatever. Anyways, Belcher. Annie Belcher, that's what she goes by. She's like 15, almost 16 at the time that this all goes down. And, you know, they become good friends. And obviously, you know, Nakisha is constantly arguing with her mom just about like small little things every day. Nakisha ends up dropping out of high school, 14 years old, drops out. She's like, oh, I'm done. You know, mom's like at a loss what to do. And she's supposed to be like doing GED classes, like doing stuff to progress her life. So she meets a boy online, apparently. I don't know. I mean, I'm not down with Nakisha. As you guys know, I tell these stories to the best of my knowledge. It's not like I'm hanging out with these people and I'm getting like the inside deets from them or anything. I'm giving it to the best of my knowledge. So anyways, she meets a boy online, apparently, and is spending a ton of time like invested in this. Never actually meets him. And she finally tells her mom that she wants to go meet him. And her mom's like, no, you are not. Like, of course she says no. You're 15 years old. You are absolutely not going and meeting a stranger. Sorry. I'm still recovering from my injuries. It's getting better, especially with the support. But anyway, so of course her mom's like, no, you're not going to meet a stranger online when you're 15 years old. Absolutely not. I don't care if you've been talking to her for 6 years. You're not going. So she's mad, and she confides this in Annie Belcher, and for a few days they talk nonstop about, like, you know, if we could just eliminate her, get rid of my mom, she's ruining my life would be so much better if we could just get her out, you know, like, and that's how it goes down for a few days. So she decides she ain't going to do whatever she's supposed to do that day. Mom comes home and finds her daughter sitting there, 14 years old, sitting there in the kitchen with her BFF, troubled little Annie Belcher, and mom's like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. And Nakisha, like, grabs a knife that she stored over there and begins stabbing her mother repeatedly, over and over again. She is stabbing her repeatedly in the face, in the neck, in the chest, in the back, over and over again. Mom is attempting to flee. Obviously, she's being stabbed repeatedly, you know, unbeknownst to her, so she has, like, no weapons to defend herself. And it came out of nowhere. I mean, they were having an argument, but, I mean, after getting stabbed repeatedly. Anyway, so mom manages to somewhat flee to the backyard. But Nakisha's right on top of her, stabbing her again and again. 43 times. 43 times. She stabs her mother. Annie Belcher's in the house, just hanging out, waiting for her time. Cue scene, run in Annie Belcher, is how, like, I feel when, like, researching it, you know, to make sure I had all the deets for you. Like, literally, that's what I, like, in my head, that's how it sounds. Cue scene, Annie Belcher, run in, and she comes, and their plan, they had talked about murdering mom, but never decided, like, what the heck they're going to do with this body. A 40-something-year-old woman, what are we going to do with this body? So they decide, let's drag her out to the shed out back and throw some garbage on her. So that goes down for a whole day. The next day, Nakisha wakes up and is like, oh, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. But, I gotta give my mother a proper burial. I can't just leave her in the shed with trash on her. So she decides to pull her out in the backyard and dump a nail polish remover and rubbing alcohol on her mother to cremate her. How do you think that went? It didn't. It didn't go. It did not work out. It did not go well. Like, anywho. So, needless to say, that does not go well. So their next plan is, well, we'll bury her then. So they start digging. I don't know how to say it. Like, yeah, I dug a hole or two in my life, and not like I buried bodies and stuff, but, like, you know, growing up and stuff, I had to, like, I live in the country, you know, I dug. It ain't easy to do. Literally, these girls make this grave for mom after they couldn't cremate her. It's like 2-3 inches deep. Obviously not enough to cover a body. So their next plan, hold up, it gets better. Their next plan is to cover her in cement. They don't know what they're doing. They could barely make a friggin', this is like the most crude, ridiculous mixture of cement ever that they've tried and pour on this half-burned body, her mother. And that doesn't work. There's, like, you know, body parts hanging out and stuff. So, like, all right, so what we'll do next is we'll just throw some logs and leaves and stuff on her. And let's go inside, ransack the house. They'll think it was a robbery. And, like, the burglars probably did all that shit to mom. Yeah, that's probably what they did. So anyways, they go inside and do, like, the worst attempt ever of a robbery. I have a hard time saying the word. You know the word. Anyways, they go inside and do the worst job doing a robbery. And, you know, like, throw stuff everywhere. They're, like, breaking jars. They're 14, 15, 16-year-old little kids. You know, like, they don't know what the heck they're doing. Smashing jars, just, like, breaking stuff left and right. Like, what robber does that? Let's go in here and try and break stuff and make as much noise as possible. Come on, girls. Anywho, next part of the plan is let's run to my BFF Annie Belcher's house and hang out there and wait to see how this unfolds. So needless to say, after 2-3 days, Yvonne's family, you know, whoever is like, where you at? Why isn't she answering? What's going on? And they send police out there and they go looking for her daughter, of course, next. And where do you think they go? To her best friend's house. We can't find her. Where else would she be? If she's not home, we're banging on the door and no one's answering. Where would she be? Let's check her best friend. If not there, she'll know. Well, they bang on the door. Annie Belcher's. Who's there? Nakisha. They literally sit her down and not accusing her. They don't know. They're like, hey, do you know where your mom's at? She's like, I murdered her. I murdered her. I tried to burn her. I buried her. I murdered her. Like, no remorse. No, like, oh my God, I can't believe it's all setting in, this and that. And when they're like, why? Why did you do it? I was mad. Another statement was, I was tired of the fussing and arguing. You're 14. Okay? I mean, we all did it as teenage girls. That's like part of life. I think they probably talk about it in books. I don't have kids. I don't read it. But I'm sure they talk about it in books. It's not true. I do know more than I'm saying. But anyways, so, but you know, like, I mean, come on. It's normal for kids to get mad, but you don't murder your mother. Nonetheless, stabbed her 43 times. Tried to burn her body. Threw it in the shed of some trash. Then tried to bury it and throw some logs on it. Like, that's insane to me. So, needless to say, the cops asked her, and she was like, like literally word vomit. So they're like, all right, well, case friggin' solved. I guess we're going to have to go retrieve mom's body from the backyard. Burnt, half-buried, trash on it, like. Anyways, needless to say, like I said, Annie Belcher, she was 16 by the time, like, they went to trial and stuff. This took place May 28th, 2004, and Nakisha was 14 years old. They were tried as adults, as they should be. Like, look what these girls did. This wasn't like a Sunday play afternoon, a typical sleepover. So they were tried as adults, and the end outcome, shall I call it? Let me read it because I don't want to get it wrong, is that Angie Belcher pleads guilty to second-degree murder, is sentenced to 51 years to life with 11 years suspended. Obviously, she does, like, accomplice to murder and covering up and the whole shebang. And by the way, there's a new thing on them, but that might be part 2. So, and then Nakisha Waddell pleads guilty to first-degree murder and is sentenced to 70 years with 35 years suspended, and she is eligible for parole as early as 2038. Wildness, right? Craziness. I'm all about, you know, the crime and, like, the justice system and fighting kids, like, for their rights, you know, not being tried as adults and stuff. But this was, like, really twisted and out of nowhere. Everyone argues with their parents. This girl wasn't being abused. She wasn't being molested. I mean, not that anyone is aware of. Obviously, like I said, I'm not friends with her. I don't know. But it's just seems like such a off-the-wall thing. Like, yeah, mom's gonna say, no, you can't date a dude. You don't stab her 43 times. That's chaos. Anyways, as usual, you guys, that's what I got for you. So, thank you so much. I did say that there might be a part 2 because as I was doing my research from the story that I remembered before, sounds like these girls recently are possibly getting charged with additional crimes because it sounds like they had asked a friend to murder her mom originally and threatened to kill her if she told anyone. So that could be coming up. So buckle up, buttercups. Next to that, thank you as usual, you guys. I appreciate you so much for watching. Subscribing to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe bell. Do it. Do it. Put your booty into it. I appreciate you all. And like I said, I had a special message for someone. I don't know who you are, but I just hit my 100th. That's right, I said 100. Little things in life are what excite me. 100th subscriber on YouTube channel. So thank you so much, whoever you are. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate it. It means the world to me. Stay safe, do good things, you know, be kind to one another, spread love, hugs, do good stuff. I will check you on the flip side. Thank you.